got facts over tracks, this and that, spitting slow, spitting fast, I could roast, I could gas, think I'm okay at last, but I don't know if that can erase all the past and the pettiness, a reflection of the emptiness, hilarious, you think you're with my time, you're delirious, mysterious, because you are behind a fake exterior, inferior, you know I'll always be a bit superior, get off of me, this ain't no humble brag, I want you to hear words, you can say them back, I want you to feel free from the chains at last, and to believe in what you got, it was built to last, yeah.
Now that I've been through hell, I never got anyone's help, I had to do it all myself.
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit, I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit, I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement.
Gonna learn the consequence of being incompetent. Mental health is confidence, dreams and some honestness. I'm not here to save the day, that's for you to take away. I could play a million mind games, but instead I say something not illogical, something that is topical. Rub it on and watch it go, make yourself unstoppable. Dreams are irresponsible, but they're always possible. If you just believe, you could be so remarkable.
Thoughts in my head, a collage and they spread. I'll be great one day, going off of my meds. No, I'm not giving up, no, I'm not giving in. I will make it to the top, taking off in the wind. I gotta make it, I'm saving every day to taste it. I'm patient, but my mind, it can hardly take it. I'm chasing a dream that I've had for several ages. A vacant, modern kingdom for the taking.
Now that I've been through hell, I never got anyone's help, I had to do it all myself.
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit, I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit, I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit, I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit, I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit, I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit, I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. Everything I do so instinctive and so passionate, every word I move so descriptive like an adjective. I got a vendetta against people who patented being negative when you should be getting after it. I got facts over tracks, this and that, spitting slow, spitting fast, I could roast, I could gas, think I'm okay at last, but I don't know if that can erase all the past and the pettiness, a reflection of the emptiness, hilarious, you think you're with my time, you're delirious, mysterious, because you are behind a fake exterior, inferior, you know I'll always be a bit superior, get off of me, this ain't no humble brag, I want you to hear words, you can say them back, I want you to feel free from the chains at last, and to believe in what you got, it was built to last, yeah.
Now that I've been through hell, I never got anyone's help, I had to do it all myself.
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit, I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit, I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement.
Gonna learn the consequence of being incompetent. Mental health is confidence, dreams and some honestness. I'm not here to save the day, that's for you to take away. I could play a million mind games, but instead I say something not illogical, something that is topical. Rub it on and watch it go, make yourself unstoppable. Dreams are irresponsible, but they're always possible. If you just believe, you could be so remarkable.
Thoughts in my head, a collage and they spread. I'll be great one day, going off of my meds. No, I'm not giving up, no, I'm not giving in. I will make it to the top, taking off in the wind. I gotta make it, I'm saving every day to taste it. I'm patient, but my mind, it can hardly take it. I'm chasing a dream that I've had for several ages.
never slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement.
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up.
Good evening, race fans. Welcome to Redline Racing Network. It's Thursday night, which means it is time for the Thursday Night Thunder guys to fire it up in prime time. We're here in the Valley of Thunder, or Thunder Valley, as I like to call it, as we get ready for all the high-flying, high-octane racing action. So strap in, get ready to go as we get set to go racing here at the last Great Coliseum. Good evening, Matt Metler up in the Tony Trapasso Memorial Broadcast booth. We have a stacked field here tonight, getting ready to battle it out once again here in prime time. No surprise, we see Alan Dobbs currently on the provisional pole right now, and his sidekick, partner in crime, his teammate DJ Daniel, or as I like to call him, Shaken, there in P2, Scotty Stevens and Larry Bell, Tim Tobridge, all names that we've started to become accustomed with competing and being there at the end of these things, currently sit there in the top 5. Want to bring in my broadcast partner tonight, the man, the myth, the legend, Dr. Tunamal. How are you this evening? What can we expect from these drivers here tonight?
I'm doing all right, and I'm expecting some very good racing here. I've been watching some of the practice, and a lot of people doing some long run practice here, and I got a feeling we're in for a good show tonight.
Absolutely, very well said. I couldn't agree more with you. Let's send it down trackside for the first time this evening. It's currently 17 drivers have set time. Still waiting on drivers like Chris Mackey, the HMFIC, Kevin Winker in the 97. There's the 42 of Kyle Wellman. That's going to be a 5 Kings Motorsport entry. And he just decided perhaps to make an adjustment there. I believe Steve Johnson currently out on the racetrack right now. And he has it locked down at the very bottom of the racetrack. Let's take a look at tonight's race information. Throw that up on the big screen for you guys. Again, this is round 5. Can you believe it's already the 5th race of the season? Time does fly by when you're having fun. Weather looking absolutely gorgeous. 67 degrees ambient air temperature. Water drain clocking in at 30%. Clear skies, which means all that glorious sunshine. Winds out of the east at 3 miles an hour. It will be a non-factor. That's going to give us a track temperature of 81 degrees. Visibility about a half a mile. And Dakota, I don't think you could ask for better weather conditions as these drivers get ready to go the distance here tonight.
Yeah, the weather is just about perfect. I mean, you got enough heat to have grip. You know, the track's not too cold, and it's not super hot. So, I mean, you probably got about the perfect amount of grip on this track. And I still think these drivers might get a little loose because they might be using the set and pushing it kind of hard, but it's definitely going to make for some interesting racing, as I think we're going to see more tire wear playing a factor here.
And again, we're coming off of the asphalt onto the concrete, so the surface is going to be a little bit different than what these drivers are used to as we get ready to rack them and stack them here. That field beginning to line up behind that iRacing.com pace car. What do you say we go through the starting lineup here tonight, Dakota?
Yes, sir.
Starting
shocker.
And another leak he runs in. The announcers sometimes say anyone but this man right here, Alan Dobbs in the 35 ride. Redline Racing driver. Going to be your... I apologize here. Tanner Marr is kind of keying up right now, and that seems to be... We'll let him speak so you folks at home can hear. That's something new we're going to try tonight to make it more realistic. We're going to give you guys a peek behind the curtain tonight as to what real-time driver audio feels and sounds like throughout the course of this race. That was Tanner Marr giving these drivers some last-minute updates before we take the green flag. With that being said, now let's go ahead and go through the field. Your pole sitter tonight, no surprise. Basically, he's been absent, or when he's here, he's been winning. That is the one and only Alan Dobbs. He is going to have your pole tonight. DJ Daniel, outside of him in the 96 machine. He got a win this week, his very first one in real life. You know he's going to want to back that up tonight here in the 96 as they share the outside front row. From the 5 King stable, that's going to be Scotty Stevens in the number 2. Longtime racer Larry Belt in that 43 machine. He's going to start outside of him. Tim Tobridge going to round out your top 5. Tanner Marr and Jason Raymond. That's going to be your 6th and 7th place position. Well, Daniel Rubik Jr. and Chubby Miller going to round out your top 10. Megatron in the house going to start in that 11th place position. Well, Steve Johnson, Samuel Lawson, Kyle Wellman. And you hear right there, we already have big time problems on the racetrack. You heard Chummy Miller keying up. Dakota, what had happened there? Already problems.
It's like DJ just turned left and locked the tires up. I'm wondering if it's wheel disconnected. Because that's what it looked like. And then we had Tim Tobridge just randomly disconnected.
Yeah, Chummy Miller, Mark Miller keying up on the radio. That's his teammate. An already catastrophic start to this race for DJ Daniel.
Tim's back in the lobby.
DJ Daniel trying to get back. Here he comes in the 96.
That was definitely something scary to see there, as these drivers seemed like they were a little unprepared for that.
Can you imagine, out of all the things you have to worry about, a wheel disconnecting? Great job by these drivers around him, because that can be catastrophic as those lights are out on that iRacing.com pace car. There he goes. Here we go. Green flag in the air. These glorious V8s come roaring to life here at the last great Coliseum. Alan Dobbs drops the hammer. He's going to pull out. 2 cars, single file, as it's 2 lanes of Fast and Furious action behind him to go.
Yeah, he's off to a really good start so far, but sorry about that. The 2 of Scotty Stevens is definitely not letting off on him here. DJ Daniels able to get down to the inside after a not so great restart there. And your top 3 are single filed out, as everyone else is still double filed for the most part.
That top 3 going to be Alan Dobbs, your leader, who just put down the fastest lap of the race. Scotty Stevens, DJ Daniel, and then behind him, that's where the Hornets' nest starts to brew. Tanner Marr already up 3 positions in that 4 machine. He is a short track ace, and I know he has high expectations tonight. He almost got caught 3 wide there. The 13 had to get way out of the throttle. That was a great heads-up move there by the 13 of McKellar.
And these drivers only having 125 laps tonight. That might seem like a long time, but a short track like this, that's going to fly high.
You know, we're going around this place. That's a great point. But last time by, most of these drivers are in the mid 15-second bracket. And that's a great point. As long as we keep it lean, mean, and green, this race will go by quick, fast, and in a hurry. Tanner Marr there got loose a couple moments ago. He had a moment there on the racetrack, able to right that race truck in the right direction.
I mean, I'm not going to say the word, but, oh, never mind. See, commentator curse. I see I had an incident in the back there. This is the longest green flag run I've seen at the start of a Bristol race in a while.
Let's not throw the, as you said, the commentator's curse in there and jinx this. This is a beautiful start to this race. A much welcome change. Where there's smoke, there's usually fire. Just a little bit of tire lock up there. As you know, some of these races, they've started off a little bit on the painful side of the spectrum. But this one here is so far beautiful, as Dobbs now able to outlast and stretch out the lead over Scotty Stevens. Currently about 0.6 of a second back to that 2 machine.
Yeah, and I do want to point out that we did have a couple of incidents in the back of people kind of getting loose off the corner, but that way people don't think we missed it. We didn't catch it. We were just watching the lead here.
Battle up front. Owen Dobbs. Go ahead.
DJ's actually getting ready to pass for second.
That's exactly where we have the camera. DJ's working the bottom here, eating hard, trying to get everything out of that 96, but the two able to keep getting it run on the high side of the racetrack, and they're still almost virtually gridlocked as they send it back into the turns. 1 and 2 complex. DJ going to make the pass, though. He is right back to where he started. And here's another race within the first 15 laps where the top 3 are exactly where they started this race. No change inside the money spots. But if you go back to 4th, this is the man on the move, Dakota. McKellar up 5 spots already, has now pierced his way inside the top 5.
Yeah, McKellar seems like he has pretty good speed right now. He might be like me, you know, I don't normally qualify well, but my race pace is normally better than my qualifying pace.
Yeah, same here, or at least that's what I like to think, anyhow. We'll continue going through the field. Tanner Marr having a good run here in the early going in that Chevrolet. Up 2 spots last time by his best lap, also of the race, of a 15:25. And there he is, Megatron in the 3 machine out of Pismo Beach. You know him as the voice of the Cup Series. What a race he called last week at Talladega. He was lit like a tater chip in the booth. And he is having a great run here as well, vibing right now in that Chevrolet. Keep your eye on him. He is already up 7 positions to the good. Jason Raymond, go ahead.
Tyler Smith's going down the pits for some reason. I'm not quite sure what happened to him. I seen him on the apron as the leaders went by there, and he's in his pit box already.
The 23 machine in his pit stall. I'm not seeing any damage right now, at least from this camera angle. There's another fellow Florida. Oh, and caution is out on the racetrack. Horrible break there.
Maybe he has some kind of strategy to make it to the end or something, or not quite sure what happened with it.
A horrible break, though, for the driver out of Panama City, Florida, Tyler Smith, in that TRD-powered machine. Dakota, man, if you put yourself in that truck right now, what's the feeling like if you're trying to make a strategy play and the caution comes out while you're in your pit stall?
Being as this happened to me, I don't know how many times, it's definitely not a great feeling knowing that I'm going to be trapped multiple laps down at this point.
Such a tough break for that driver. Is the first caution out there on the evening. A nice stint to open this race up, if you ask me. However,
it kind of looks like DJ is going to be coming down pits for a strategy here as well, as Alan Dobbs is often to stay out towards the front.
Yeah, I mean, track position is important here. You know, just because you have a fast race truck, if you get behind, 10, 15 drivers, there's really, no easy way to just, weave and, your way through traffic. It can be challenging to get through. That's, this place obviously famous for the chrome bumper. The last thing you want to start doing early in the race is beating and bashing people out of the way. That'll come back to haunt you later, at least 9 times out of 10. You mentioned DJ Daniel. He's going to come out of the pits, and he's going to cycle, it looks like, to that 13th place position, the driver out of Bassett, Virginia. You hear him apologizing right now to the drivers. He had a wheel disconnect as we were getting ready to go green, of all things. How about Chris Mackey, the HMFIC out of Georgia? Up 5 spots already, started pretty deep in the field. He has cracked the top 15. Dakota, who do you got your eye on as we get racked, stacked, ready to go back green flag racing?
I want to say Alan Dobbs, but I mean, that's just too easy of a choice. I'm going to have my eye on DJ here, see how he manages to get back through the field as he just went in pits.
Yeah, he's going to be restarting here outside of the top 10. So let's see how much or I should say how much trouble DJ has getting through these trucks in front of him. As we're 2 by 2, side by side. Dakota, I'll let you take us to green on this one, man. Call is yours.
All right, lights are off on the pace car. Should be going in any moment here as we're coming to the restart zone. Alan Dobbs on the inside, going to lead us to the green. Gets a pretty good jump on the 13, but the 13 still holding his own. Able to drop down to the inside here. William getting a pretty good restart there, but Scotty Stevens said, nah, I don't want to be behind you. Gave him a little bump coming out of the corner. No harm, no fouls. They're still single file out for the top 3 here. And pretty much the entire field single filed out this time compared to the last restart, and actually kind of looks like they're kind of relaxing, trying to get some laps in here.
You know, we talked about it before. While those cautions, you know, at the frequency that we've had them to start the season, these drivers are all pretty much new, racing with each other, limited experience, and it takes some time to get that seat time, to find that formula that works. And I think we're starting to see that come together here tonight. You can see already everyone trying to get single file, the classic conveyor belt configuration here at Bristol, and that's how you're going to limit incidences out on the racetrack. 2 lanes of fast and furious action here. That is intense, that is nail-biting, but that's also 2 times the opportunity. Oh, big time wiggle there. Woohoo! I see you, Tanner Marr. That was a moment, and now he is under siege, trying to get past the number 2 for that spot, Dakota.
Yes, the top 2 are actually pulling away right now with that small little mistake there. I mean, it might not look like a huge gap, but a track like this, that is a lot of time to make up.
Well, yeah, let's, show these folks at home roughly what, a little bit over a second here. Looks like it.
Able to gather it back up. There was a small spin out back there about 4th, 5th place. He's able to get back up on the track. No harm, no foul. Everybody able to get around. Sorry about that.
No, that's perfect. That's impressive, too. Right there on the 5th place position. Didn't hit anything either. That's a miracle in itself because this racetrack usually is self-cleansing. It throws everything to the bottom, and usually it involves an impact with a safer barrier or a concrete wall 8 times out of 10.
And speaking of impacts, someone into the wall hard back here. Looks like the 44.
It's going to be Samuel Lawson. In fact, he's going to bring it down pit road. Heavy damage to the passenger side of that race machine. That Chevrolet smoking. You can see major engine damage. This could be over before it barely started.
It's very unfortunate for him, but he did a hell of a job to get that whip back up towards the wall as to not wreck anybody else there.
Oh, the 44, perhaps an early exit from this race. As we send it back out to the racetrack. You were talking about that lead a couple moments ago, but McKellar now is starting to bleed back the other way. It was over 1 second. Now it's down to about 0.7 of a second. Tanner Marr faster that last time by. Dobbs the fastest truck out there on the racetrack. However, Marr was quicker than the 13. In fact, let's go on board with the GoPro camera on the 13, and you can see just how close Tanner Marr is as he continues to reel in that second place contender. You can see not even a straightaway now. Tanner Marr right now is in the turns 3 and 4 complex. He comes by the start-finish line, and McKellar is closing up. So we widen things back out.
Yeah, and as he was talking about like the distance between 1 second, as you can see here, Alan Dobbs has like almost a 2-second lead on Tanner Marr here for 3rd place, and he's almost a full straightaway ahead of him. It's just how small this track is.
So world's fastest half mile, all the banking in this place. Some call it the Fishbowl. I call it what most people do, the last great Coliseum. And it is thundering in the valley right now as it's all. Alan Dobbs currently carries the torch, started from the pole, continues to dominate that position right now. McKellar, the biggest man on the move inside of the top 10, up 7 positions to that second place position. Caution still has not come out yet.
One of my favorite things about this track is, even though it's concrete, the banking here allows for you to carry a lot of speed to the corner versus a lot of other short tracks where it's more flat, like Richmond or New Hampshire or Martinsville as examples. You know, those tracks tend to lead to a lot of wrecks. As we got someone up in the wall, the leaders get by him here.
Yeah, in fact, he's been up in the wall now, I think, for the last couple laps. I thought maybe the caution was going to come out there momentarily, but it doesn't. And I'll tell you what, McKellar and Marr thought so too, because look at the differential now. Alan Dobbs has opened it up about a second on the 13, and Tanner Marr almost 3 seconds back of Dobbs now. You know, we always, Dakota, we always talk about in the league format about, not ARCA braking, checking up on the racetrack. Well, that's great, but the other side of that is if you anticipate and you don't get the caution, it can cost you and you can hemorrhage a ton of time on the racetrack, and that may have been what happened here to Tanner and McKellar in this instance.
Yeah, sometimes it's better to not check up, but at the same time, if you don't, you're risking it's like risk versus reward, If the caution doesn't come out, you might gain some time, but if the caution does come out and the wreck's right in front of you, you might die. That's about the only 2 ways to go about it.
Working lap 48 of the scheduled 125 here on Redline Racing Network. Dakota, what do you say we crank this thing up, go all out for the first time tonight? Folks at home, grab the dial, send it up to 1,000 right along with us here on Redline. Let's do this. Fans, we're going to quickly cut in out of all-out coverage as you see it happen live. We were on board with the 97 of Kevin Winker, and he administered the shot of doom, completely annihilating another truck in front of him. That was a huge incident here. We're going to go back to the replay. I'm not sure if, again, it just happened to catch it out of the corner of my eye. Not sure, if something happened in front of Winker, didn't have time to react to it, but that was a malicious hit and delivered there. So that's going to slow things down to a snail's pace here. This happening, the second caution now for incident on the evening. As Dobbs continues to leak, it's going to be wholesale pit stops. Pit road is going to come to life for the first time tonight In fact, it's the hottest spot in the joint right now. While they're going ahead getting service on their race trucks, Dakota, what do you say we go back to the instant replay here and see what the heck happened?
Yeah, sounds good to me. I'm actually looking over it right now myself, and it's just very unfortunate luck, it looks like, for them two.
Let's take a look here. The first angle we want to look at is Kyle Wellman, the 42. He's going to be on the bottom lane here. Let's go ahead and roll this and see just what went wrong as we were all out wide open coverage. Actually showing two 42s out there on the racetrack. Oh, the 43 got loose right in front of him, came right down in front of the 42. He had nowhere to go, and he goes full-blown lowrider mode right round. That's a very typical Bristol incident right there. Bristol doing what it does. Now for Jason Raymond, there's the 49 ride. It's going to pop off in front of the 42. Let's go ahead and bring it in just a little bit closer. Let's go ahead and run this look at quarter speed. And go ahead and roll playback. Kind of working the middle lane there. And you can see right here, he tries to put the power down, and those Dr. Feelgoods starting to get some wear and tear on him. And he's just going to lose the back of the truck here. This is going to be actually the corner before. So he's going to send it here in the turns 1 and 2 complex. And this is where it's going to go wrong. You see the fireball. It means he's lifting off the accelerator pedal. And when he goes to put the power back on, he is just, those Goodyears are going to say, not today. You see him already starting to drift. The back of that truck getting light. And he's going to lose it right off the top here. And look at this. Let's freeze frame it right here and jump on board with the 42. Talk about having a come to Jesus moment out there on the racetrack. Let's go on board of the nose cam. It doesn't get any realer than that, folks. I mean, that is the scare of the century right there for Wellman. We'll just let it roll from there. Green flag back in the air here at Bristol. It is fast and furious at the front. Strategy is going to change the scenery up here at the front of this piece. 2x2, side by the side. It's Bailey and William McKellar going for the lead.
Yeah, Alan Dobbs actually got a little loose there trying to get around Bailey earlier and lost a couple positions as well. And DJ Daniels back up the 5th after he decided to pit early in this race.
And in fact, it is on behind the 35 ride. The 1 is hot on the move, and that is Steve Johnson. He is trying to put Dobbs in the pressure cooker right now as he continues to close in on the business end of that 35 machine. Wreck at the start finish line as Mark Miller just called it out as we just went on board with Johnson. Just as we really got back to the high-flying, high-octane racing action here, going to slow things down here. What'd you see on that one, Dakota?
Looks like the 9 of Chris Mackey just got loose coming out of the corner and spun it around in front of somebody. Luckily, everyone able to check up and really dodge him. Not too much damage.
Christian Marcelli, if I said that wrong, I do apologize here, being featured on this replay. Let's send it up to the eye in the sky, see what the chopper picked up. And let's go ahead and roll it, this time at full speed.
Scotty Stevens doing a really good job getting that truck slowed down. Has to not get too much damage in that.
Yeah, I see what happened there. Christian slowed down so much, timing and scoring. Thought he was involved in a caution. He was just reacting to the incident in front of him. I know you mentioned Scotty Stevens. What did you see with Scotty Stevens?
So when the 9 came around right in front of him, he was able to slow down enough to not really plow into him there. I mean, he might have got a code brown and he's going to set the end, but otherwise I think he's fine.
So that's going to be Chris Mackey in the 9 machine. You see there, almost 3 wide. Tron goes, sends it up to the high side of the racetrack. Then he cuts it back down. He sits right there in the middle. Oh, Tron's going to go pinball mode off of the 28 of Zimmerman. I don't know how they saved it there. This is a hard-fought battle between the 28, the 9, and the 3. But nonetheless, Dakota, I see exactly what you're talking about there. I mean, that was just some really hard fight, really hard racing there. We go back to the live side of things here on Redline. Lights out on the pace car, which means we're getting ready to get back to the boogie. Matt and Dr. Tunamal up in the Tony Trepass Memorial Broadcast booth. Want to thank all of you for joining us tonight here in primetime as the Thursday Night Thunder boys are out there making noise in the last great Coliseum. Look at Dobbs chewing all over the tailgate of the 13. You know what he's going to try to do here, Dakota.
Yeah, he's going to try to give him a good push here, hopefully, but the 13 was a really good jump out in front of the field here.
McKellar just uncorked the all-wheel drive in a 50 shot of nitrous. He checked out on everybody. What a restart for McKellar. Dobbs is going to clear Bailey. So the 35 ride's going to slot back to second. But how about the Rocket Man here on the restart out of Ohio? He had the plan. The cream of the crop, as it says, well, he rose to the top on that restart. And he's going to enjoy about a half a second advantage right now over the 35 ride, and almost 2 seconds now over that 4th place position, where it is 2x2 side by side, hot and heavy for that 4th place position. No surprise, guess who's in there mixing it up? DJ Daniel back on the charge to the front, Dakota.
Yeah, and these drivers are coming to almost 50 to go. I mean, they're closing on 50 to go, so we're about to see a little bit more aggressive driving. People are thinking it's go time here.
In fact, now let's send it down trackside. Let's go on board with Mr. Shaken, DJ Daniel. See how he gets around this place. Bumper full of that Ford, that's for certain. See, working on Steve Johnson here. You see, it looks like the 1 right now is having a hard time keeping that truck down. He's going to lift and give the preferred lane to DJ. Oh, there's a wreck on the racetrack. I believe they just out-F Ford, though. We'll see if we continue to stay green. It looks like we do. Dakota, did you happen to see who that was when we were on board with DJ Daniel?
I think it might have been Larry Bell, but I'm not 100% certain. I'm trying to look at it here now. The 43 of Larry Bell, yes.
That's going to be a 5 Kings entry. Mark Miller calling out more chaos on the radio. You know, that's great to see these drivers, especially these veteran guys, alerting other people where the trouble is on that racetrack. Let's go back to the replay here, see what happened to Larry Bell just moments ago. There he is, that purple and black machine. Let's get it in a little bit closer here. We'll roll this at full speed. What went wrong for Mr. Bell? Hopefully someone didn't ring it on him. Oh, it happened behind him. There was an incident behind the 43. And then Larry, he gets down to the flatlands, and he's going to come back up on the racetrack, and 3 wide ensues. And they helicopter down to the inside of the racetrack, and then he quickly tows it back to the pits. No caution here. That was a wild one.
Yeah, I didn't even see the incident behind him there. That was
It is not okay to three-way at Bristol.
Yes, we do have a caution out right now for Steve Johnson in that one car on lap 79.
As Darrell Waltrip once said, cautions breed cautions, and that seems to be what we're trending right now. However, for the most part, this has been a lean, mean, and clean race. As we start to get into the later stages of this race, I can't believe I'm saying that. It only feels like we've been out here for a few moments. But that's the reality of it when you're going around here about, sometimes under 15 seconds a lap. Keller picks up the iRacing.com pace car. He's going to retain the lead here. Let's go through the top 10 before we go to our first scheduled commercial break. Alan Dobbs, your pole sitter, holds on to that second place position while his teammate DJ Daniel rounds out your top three. Chris Mackey, the biggest mover of the race right now, currently up 16 spots to the good, occupies fourth, while Waker Nation, up 14 positions, rounds out your top five. Scotty Otti currently sits in sixth, while the Ford machine of Tanner Marr resides in seventh. Zimmy, who had a big penalty to start this race, trying to recover and has done very nicely, currently into the top 10 and eighth. Bailey, who has been getting good in the neighborhood, the man out of Tallahassee, Florida, ninth. And Megatruck Chris rounds out your top 10. While we're under caution here, folks, we're going to step aside, pay some bills, but we'll be right back with all the high-flying, high-octane racing action. Stick around. Don't go anywhere. You got it locked on Redline.
Here at TWRS, we're always here to help our squad when they need a little push in the right direction. That's just who we are. We're a beautifully diverse group of goofballs dedicated to driving fake race cars as fast as possible. And we continue to push each other to the front using the power of nonsense. We have one of the strongest NASCAR programs on the service, and you can access it all for $24.99 a month. And we just released individual subscriptions for $14.99 a month for each NASCAR vehicle. We also just added a Rallycross program, and our IndyCar program is taking off as well. So come join the weird side. We have speed and cookies. Cookies are not included in some locations. Here at TWRS, we're always here to help our squad when they need a little push in the right direction. That's just who we are. We're a beautifully diverse group of goofballs dedicated to driving fake race cars as fast as possible. And we continue to push each other to the front using the power of nonsense. We have one of the strongest NASCAR programs on the service, and you can access it all for $24.99 a month. And we just released individual subscriptions for $14.99 a month for each NASCAR vehicle. We also just added a rallycross program, and our IndyCar program is taking off as well. So come join the weird side. We have speed.
Good evening, race fans. Welcome back to Redline Racing Network as just 27 laps remain in this barn burner from the state that brought us the smooth Tennessee whiskey. These drivers have been on it. Smooth tonight here at a treacherous racetrack. Matt up at the Tony Trapasso Memorial booth, and alongside me, as always, Dr. Tunamal. William McKellar is going beast mode right now. He was able to get the lead on one of those caution sequences when Alan Dobbs pit. He was able to beat him out back on the racetrack and able to get the lead from the 35 ride in the pits, and he is not giving it up.
Yeah, but Alan Dobbs is just, these past few laps while we were away, he fell back to about a 2-second gap, and he's closed that up very quickly. As it appears, the 13 of Williams just having some issues on the long run here as he's getting looser and looser.
Well, I'll tell you what, there is a war brewing right now for the lead with just 24 laps to go. Dobbs now goes to the high. Oh my God! I was just going to say I don't want to talk about this guy because I'll invoke the broadcaster's curse. And now that's going to open the door for two teammates to go at it. Dobbs and DJ. They're going to exchange hands. The 35 lets him go. Says, "You take a shot at him. I have used up so much of my stuff." As you mentioned, away at the break, Dobbs erased almost a 3-second deficit. And now we have a three-way headed monster here for the lead. DJ swarming now all over the back of McKellar, but he remains strong here at the point with just 21 laps to go, Dakota.
What a bump, the 13 able to save it.
Go on board with your leader. We're back 2x2, side by side, two teammates battling it out. Now here surges DJ back to the back of McKellar. Oh, he almost makes contact with him there. They don't call it the bump and run for nothing. Dakota, is it too soon to start deploying the chrome horn here? Or do you think now it's go time right now with 19 laps on the board?
It's working out in his favor. The 13 opted just to get the hell out of the way, as I'll put it.
Look at the move by Dobbs. Dobbs tried to hard cut it back underneath the 13, and he went drift mode there. I don't know how he was able to regain control, and just like that, in the blink of an eye, some great teamwork and strategy there from Redline Racing Team puts them back into the 1 and 2 position. And now look at Brian Zimmerman. Are you kidding me? This man had to start the race in the rear with the gear, and he has cracked the top 3. He is in the money. In fact, Zimmerman, the fastest truck on the racetrack the last time by, ran a 15-16. Caution!
Got a big rip behind him, too.
Oh, they're stuffing him in the fence. The AMR-sponsored machine of, Mark Miller from Dixon, excuse me. Oh, the front of that Ford F-150 has got pug face all over the grill. It is pushed in. Still looks like it's rolling pretty good. Not sure it has any wheel damage here.
Just what I was about to say, it looks like this is DJ's race to lose right now, as he was actually putting a little bit of a gap on second and third place there. But this is going to shake things up.
Yeah, hey, you know what his middle name is? Or his Shake It. DJ Shakin' Daniel, as Dakota said, is about to shake things up here. As what has happened here? DJ leads Brian Zimmerman now up to second. Jason Raymond into third. That tells me that Dobbs is on pit road, and there he is.
know how good of a strategy it's going to be, because the rest of the field opted to stay out.
You know,
He's going to have to hope and pray for a couple more cautions here.
Dobbs did something similar at Pocono on, I believe it was Wednesday night. As I briefly pause so you can hear the in-race audio. Just giving you guys a peek behind the curtain tonight so you can hear all the sights and sounds over the radio airwaves throughout the course of this race. But getting back to what I was saying, Dobbs did something similar in another league earlier this week at Pocono. Was running in that second place position. Great battle. Caution comes out late. He goes down pit road, thought he's going to bring everyone with him. They flipped the script on him. You know, I'm going to do opposite of what you do. He came out deep, buried in traffic, was not able to regain the lead. As he's going to line up here in that 8th place position now, and he's going to have fierce competition in front of him. Megatron, he'll make that truck 3 lanes wide if he has to, and he will dial it up. He will put some pressure on you. DJ Daniel going to lead him back to green here, and look who is going to be lining up on the outside. Zimmerman, and he's going to have a face full of 5 Kings trying to dethrone him from the lead here. The calm before the storm to go to take us back to green.
Yeah, and I also want to point out here, DJ opted to start on the outside, as these trucks have been really loose, especially on older tires here, and they're going to have felt tires as we're getting ready to come to the green. But DJ with a good start here. Going into turn 1, he's going to drop instantly to the bottom, and the 4 of Tanner Marr and the 28 of Brian Zimmerman are going to stay side by side, but the 4 get a huge run out of the corner and instantly getting right by DJ Daniels here on the inside. It's going to be a drag race off of the corner here as DJ's still fighting back, and a big wreck right behind him.
Caution as Tanner Marr dialed up the restart of the century. As we're going to have to slow things back down here, folks, as the caution reigns supreme here. Once again, Steve Johnson still on pit road in that one machine in 17th. I know some of you folks asking me where he was on the racetrack. Want to give you a quick update. What did you see on that one as the yellow flag comes out once again?
I think Alan Dobbs is going to take blame for that one, but
That's what
I
I'm
believe
hearing.
he tried to get under the 2, and the 2 closed the door on him and just spun himself around off of Dobbs' nose there.
Well, let's see what happened here. Let's wait for timing and scoring to catch up.
It looks like the 6 got a piece of it. The 13, the 16.
Multiple trucks involved here, that's for certain. There we go. Let's go back to just moments ago here. Remember, Dobbs opted to come down pit road for a fresh set of Dr. Feelgoods and gave up that track position. Keep your eye on the 35 Redline machine. Middle of the racetrack as we go back at quarter speed playback. Now we know he's got the freshest shoes out there, so he's going to want to use these. Only 10 laps to go. He's going to get a run here on Johnson in the 2. And he's going to try to beat him down to the bottom of the racetrack. I don't think this corner, I think the next one. Let's go ahead and speed it up just a little bit. Right there, he tries to get underneath him. You know what? I'm not so sure that's on the 35. I mean, he left the door wide open. Let's go on board here with Dobbs. Actually, no, we're going to go to Steve Johnson. We're going to send it to his bumper cam here. Try to load this up here one more time. Gets a run. Coming off of this corner here. He's going to turn it down. I mean, if I freeze frame this right here, he has a full nose underneath of the 2 machine, underneath that Ford.
Pace car is about to go in.
Getting ready to go back green flag racing. So we'll let the admins take care of that one. I've I don't think that was on the 35, but we are 2x2, side by side, with under 10 laps to go. DJ Daniel going up against one of the greats from Five Kings Motorsports, and Tanner Marr. Two drivers that have experience racing against each other in other leagues this year. Green flag back in the air. It is hammer time. What a restart there by Marr and his buddy, his pal, in the Zimmy in the Ford. It's a 2x2 side-by-side John 4 special between Zimmerman and DJ, and he's going to squirt free on the high side of the racetrack. 4 laps to go, Dakota.
4 laps to go, and I got a feeling DJ is going to be using that bumper as we have another caution.
Oh, no one wants to see a yellow. Oh, if you're Tanner Marr, you are just pulling your hair out right now. You are ripping it out by the roots. Because now you got to win another restart battle. He knows he's up against fierce competition. DJ, he's relit. He knows he has another shot here to try to dethrone the 4. And that goes for all these other guys behind him.
Yeah, I believe that caution was called
Dobbs.
Mr. Dobbs there. So he still has some rear end damage, and that truck is just really loose at the moment.
Yeah, it's unfortunate.
Something else unfortunate, we only get 1 green white checkered here, so these drivers are really going to have to hope they can make it to the white flag so we can battle it out for this win here.
Thank you for that, Dakota. As we take a quick glimpse at what happened there just moments ago. 2 teammates outside of one another here. That chummy on the bottom who has been ravaged and raked throughout the course of this race. 35 is just going to get loose. He has damage on that truck from a previous incident. Right there, it just it's out to lunch on him. No chance of saving that as we go back to the live side of things.
You know, this might sound odd, but I think the winner is going to be about 4th or 5th place between Brian or Bailey here.
So you're thinking
I gotta,
you're thinking there's going to be a brawl at the front of this, is what you're saying.
yeah, I got a feeling we're going to see a bump and run and some other things. That's my thought process here, but we'll see how it plays out. I could be wrong.
Someone's going to take it in the biscuits here, and that's going to open the door for drivers like, Bailey, who's been a big factor in this race. Possibly even the HMFIC of the league, Chris Mackey, who sits in that 7th place position. What's going to happen? What's up next? You got to stick right here with us right here on Redline for this overtime restart. Lights go out on the pace car, which means it's the calm before the storm. It's like being in the middle of a Category 5 hurricane. Sitting in the eye, all was calm, not for long. DJ gonna be on the outside here. However, he is not the control truck this time. Tanner Marr is on the bottom. And DJ, guess what? Doesn't have any shake and bake help. No teammates as we lose the pace car. Dakota, do your thing, man. Take us into overtime.
We're getting a huge jump. DJ looked like he got a little loose there. It's going to allow for Jason Raymond to get a run on the inside, but DJ fighting back on the outside. Still staying on the outside as we're wrecking right behind him, and they're going to stay
49
green.
gets loose. He's going to KO. Oh, my God. Everyone is in the top 4, top 5. It's Tanner Marr, I believe, is going to be in the lead. He is. I can't believe what just happened there. You knew it was going to be big here at Bristol. And Tanner Marr is going to break the losing streak, and he is going to win for Five Kings Motorsports, their first win of the season. Chris Mackey, where did he come from? Up 18 spots. He's going to come home 8th. And Bailey is going to come home in that 7th place position. Let's go back to the replay here, Dakota. We got a lot to digest here.
Call me a psychic. I might have been slightly wrong, but I was pretty damn close.
You were pretty darn close there, sir. I hate rewinding it like this, but this is what we're going to do here, folks. We're going to wind it all the way back. Let's go a little bit further here, right there. This is going to be your overtime restart. Keep your eye on the 49 ride. Going to go full speed. Here they are coming to the green flag here. And again, this is overtime. Can't hold anything back now. Watch what happens here to DJ Daniel. The 49, both of the trucks get loose behind him. They start doing, he gets hip checked into the wall, and now he's going to come back up. Snooker DJ. He's going to bang off him 3 times, and that is going to clog the arteries behind the rest of the field. Multiple trucks tangled up and just mangled here. But ultimately, Tanner Marr is going to survive and be alive here and bring the Thunder to Bristol and to get a win for Chevrolet and his very first for 5 Kings Motorsports of this late 2025 campaign. Chris Mackey going to come home second, his best finish of the season. And Bailey out of Tallahassee, Florida is going to come home third. We're going to reset. We're going to be right back for driver interviews and more. We'll be back in 30 seconds on Redline. Stick around. Don't go anywhere. Race fans, welcome back to Thunder Valley. And boy, did we have a Royal Rumble here in overtime as it got wild as DJ Daniel got snookered by the 49 underneath of him several times. Some people are saying right now, I'm getting reports that he may have turned to the right, not sure. But ultimately, as the mayhem unleashed and uncorked behind them, Tanner Marr was going to break through and get the first win for himself of the season and also the first win for his team. 5 Kings here in the Tennessee Valley tonight. Dakota, what was your take? And you almost called this right on the nose. You said there could be a couple guys here sneaking in for a win, and you were right on part of it. What did you think of that finish before we go to the driver interviews?
That was definitely an exciting finish. I mean, it caught me off guard a little bit. I mean, I kind of did call it slightly. It wasn't 100% perfect on my prediction there, but that was not the way I was expecting it to happen either. So.
You know, a lot of times, you know, it's hard to predict precisely what's going to happen, but the fact that you had more than 50% of it right, that was impressive. As we now transition to driver interviews here on the post-race show on Redline Racing Network. Again, want to thank all of you for joining us here tonight for a wild one here at the last great Coliseum. What do you say we go from top to bottom tonight? So we'll start with our winner tonight, Dakota.
Give me a second here.
Not a problem. Joining us now in the Tony Trapassa Memorial broadcast booth, the man that breaks through. He gets the first win for his team. Tanner Marr, congratulations. Welcome to Victory Lane. How were you able to muscle that restart madness that you had to slipstream past drivers within one corner to put yourself in position to go out there and drag race the snot of them on the restart and bring it home as they were all dying behind you, my friend?
Man, I wish I had the answer. I know it sucks because I know DJ and Raymond were getting ready to have a hellacious finish for you here on Redline.
It was.
I think Raymond just overshot it. Really, I mean, saw the he was the dog, right, and he saw the rabbit right in front of him, and he just reached out and overstepped. So I hate that for DJ because DJ's been a true competitor since he set foot here. So I knew I knew when he was starting outside those last 2 restarts of me, I knew we had a dogfight in front of us, and sure enough, hell yeah, we did. Because DJ's quick, bro. He's a pleasure to be out here. I'm glad you brought him out here. I know he's racing for you and your team, so I feel like we beat one of the best tonight. Because DJ has been pretty quick. Alan Dobbs had some issues, but man, I'll tell you what, Matt, I'm wore out. I'm wore out. Glad to have that one. Glad to finally get the monkey off my freaking back, man. Didn't think we was ever going to win one of these on Thursday night.
You know, as I said, you finally broke the curse. You break through. If that finish wasn't wild enough, you had to make some other moves to put yourself in position to make that happen. We had a little bit of a yellow flag spell here near the end of this race, but on some of these restarts, you were able to get 2 and 3 positions at times from fierce competitors. You know, Alan Dobbs was out there for a long time before he was snake bitten in the final moment or the later stages of this race. How were you able to get that type of momentum and just make the moves that you were with that truck? It just seems like you could put it wherever you want and it would stick.
Matt, I'm a short tracker, brother. I love Bristol. If we were at Kansas tonight, I'm sure I wouldn't be talking to you, but being at Bristol helps me out. I've turned thousands of laps here, brother. So I wish I had the answer because I would apply that at other places, but something about this track, I think my last league race here, I think I won it. So Bristol's been very kind to me, and it's a tough track. This is a track that will chew you up and spit you out if you're not careful, right? You get in somebody else's mess, somebody else's trouble. But I mean, fortunate tonight. I think the race was better. If you grade this race from past races we've had here on Thursday nights, I hope it was more of a joy for you because peek behind the curtain here. I'm the lead admin, right? I'm the guy putting this stuff on for everybody, and I'm trying my damnedest to make it be something that I think and know personally that it can be. So I hope the racing tonight was better from a fan's point of view for you, Matt. Hopefully we put on a good show for y'all, and I'll be excited to go back and watch this one, brother. I will be.
You're reading.
I got a question.
I'm going to say this really quick, and I'll turn it over to Dakota. I was just getting ready to tell you what you're doing, grinding behind the scenes, is paying off, my friend, because that was probably the best racing we've seen this season. Congratulations on getting it done on the racetrack. I'm going to turn it over to my broadcast partner, Dakota. Tanner's all yours.
So, got a question. What brand wheelbarrow do you use? And then I got a follow-up question after that one.
I don't know, man. I don't know. But what's the context?
Okay, so it wasn't the last restart, but the restart where you passed 2 cars, went through the middle of them, and somehow got to the lead right as the caution came out. I just want to know what kind of wheelbarrow you use.
Oh, I see where you're hitting it here. I'll tell you this, Dakota. We just threw them up on the dash, brother. Throw them up on the dash and let them ride.
I mean, hey, that's what you got to do sometimes, but hell of a job, man. Congratulations on your win.
Thank you, buddy. Battler, I won't take up too much more of your time, but I want to thank Redline. I want to thank y'all for coming on board here. This all started with a what if whenever you said, hey, I broadcast, and it took 2 messages, and we brought you on. I know there's been bumps and bruises along the way, but damn it, I can't thank you enough for Redline for what y'all do for us here on Thursday nights. I'm more thankful probably than anybody because I know the time and effort it puts in to be able to broadcast. I want to send a shout out to my team, 5 Kings Motorsports, Mackie, with a P2 finish.
Yes, sir.
Matt, I don't know if you know, we're doing the bracket tonight, right? Tonight was the opening night of the bracket. So Mackie and Bailey, they finished 2-3. Well, guess what? They were matched up in the bracket. So Mackie does advance past Bailey. But man, oh man, what a race. I won't take any more of y'all's time. Thank y'all for what y'all do, though, Mettler, for real.
No, hey, Tanner, I appreciate that, and it's been a pleasure to be up here in the broadcast booth, and it's been a lot of fun working with you thus far in a very young season. But, man, you're not taking up too much of my time. Heck, you earned it tonight, man. You put on a hell of a show. Again, the driver from 5 Kings goes full out, full-blown, all-star mode here at Bristol, delivers a thrilling finish here at the last great Coliseum. He gets the job done. He's going to enjoy this one and perhaps the spark he needs to go on a run in a very young season. That is the driver of the 4. Once again, Tanner Marr, thank you for your time, bud.
Thank you, boss.
You can hear the emotion, the energy, the excitement in his voice, how much it means to win, especially at a track that you love. And a lot of times we've seen drivers go on big-time runs after moments like these in real life and in the sim world. Dakota, you can tell he's flared up after this one, and he should be.
Oh, yeah. I mean, definitely earned it, especially the way he was able to use those restarts to his advantage there.
That one restart where you said the wheelbarrow comment, I couldn't believe what I was watching. I mean, that's not supposed to be possible.
Turbo boost.
It looked like he had turbochargers, all-wheel drive, and nitrous. Not to mention a little bit of biblical Moses parting the Red Seas there with the way he was just able to, do things with his truck tonight that I don't think anyone else was able to do. And I'm not just trying to overhype this because I'm in broadcasting. That was incredible.
Like you said, sometimes you just got to throw them up on the dash, man.
Throw them over your shoulder, throw them up on the dash, whatever.
Buckle up and hold on, bud.
They're wondering who had the biggest lug nuts on their race truck tonight. I think they got their answer. As we still got 2 more drivers to talk to. 1 down, 2 to go.
Let's go ahead and get that number 9 in here, Chris Mackey, all right?
Joining us now in the Tony Trapassa Memorial broadcast booth, the HMFIC of the league. He comes home second place with his best finish of the season. Chris Mackey, you're with Dr. Tunamal. How were you able to make this happen tonight, bud?
Just patience, man. Just riding around in the back all night, trying to avoid the accidents and not get caught up in anything. And just right place, right time. I really didn't drive my way up there. Just had some fortunate luck. So it was a good way to end the night.
How about we go over your point of view of the last 2 laps there? You got a real good view of the incidents going on ahead of you.
Yeah, it was hectic, and look, it was just racing at the end at Bristol, and I'm pretty sure everyone in front of me was on old tires, and the trucks have been loose all night, so I'm glad I was able to get through it. Wish we could have, ran those final 2 laps clean, but shout out to Tanner for getting a good restart and getting out away from it and getting a win for Five Kings. That's a good way to cap off the night.
One more question for you. If there was anything you could change throughout the race to help you get in a better position for the end of that, what would you have done differently?
Tonight, nothing. So, really, I knew the last restart I didn't have a chance. It was the second to last restart that I was really trying to take advantage of, and I had a real big run on the outside and passed a couple rows, and I ended up kind of getting the door slammed, and I ended up getting in the wall just to try to back out of it, basically, and that's what ended up ruining my momentum. I feel like if it would have went green the second to last restart, I would have had a better chance with the fresh tires, but really, I wouldn't change hardly anything. I was, sitting right outside the top 5 with 30 to 40 lap pressure tires than everyone ahead of me. So just needed some green flag laps there, but it is all good. Always good to see a teammate get the win, and we'll move on the next week.
Fair enough. Matt, do you got any questions for him?
Thank you, Dakota. Absolutely do. Chris, you mentioned your teammate. What does this do for your team now that you finally have punched your ticket? You guys now officially are in the win column. What does this do for your team as a whole collectively? Does this give you guys a boost of momentum, a boost of confidence? And it wasn't you in victory lane tonight, but it very well could have been. You were right there, obviously come home second. What does this type of a performance from a team perspective do for you guys?
It's definitely confidence building as far as this league, but I don't think anyone, as far as our team goes, really lacks that. Any one of the guys on our team can go out on any given night and basically win the race.
Yes, sir.
I think tonight it was good to just kind of prove that. I know Alan Dobbs has kind of put his stamp on the league, and it's a good thing to finally have a Five Kings stamp in the win column. So it is definitely a good boost of momentum and a big jolt for Tanner. Tanner really is he thrives off of that momentum, and he got a win a few weeks ago in another league we were in, and the guy went on a crazy run the next few weeks. So hopefully this starts that run for him, and who's to say next week another Five King doesn't end up in victory lane. So
Chris, I appreciate that, and I could not agree with you more. Before we cut you loose, man, who helps you get it done? Who do you want to thank? The floor is yours.
Yeah, just shout out to, like I said earlier, the team, Five Kings, Tanner, Kyle, Larry, Raymond. Shout out to my fiance for letting me come out here and race with the guys and letting me have fun. So that's really all I got, man. Shout out to those, and shout out to you guys for putting on the broadcast.
Well, there he is, ladies and gentlemen. Chris Mackey maxed the field down here at the last great Coliseum, bags his best finish of the season, comes home P2 However, the bigger story, a great overall team effort. Look for these guys to be large and in charge here moving forward now that they have punched through and gotten 5 kings into the win column. Chris, thank you for your time. You have a great evening. We look forward to speaking with you again really soon. All right, and that is 2 down. And Dakota, you see what it means to win at a racetrack like Bristol. You can hear it in these drivers' voices. And I think we're going to have a very similar case with Bailey. Let's bring him up here now into the booth. Driver of the number 6 machine, Matt and Dr. Tunamal in the booth. I'll let you take this one, brother. Go ahead with Bailey.
Oh man, closing last year you had a wild ride it looked like, but there's a move that I've been seeing that I would like to get your insight about someone going below the line to pass you there. So, what's your thoughts on that?
I mean, he made it work. I mean, I can't really fault him for that. I mean, he did it and made it work. He didn't dump me. I slapped the wall, but in all fairness, he did have fresher tires, and I was hoping that the caution would have came out with 2 to go there when everybody was wrecking, and I would have finished ahead of him. I would have definitely taken a advancement in the tournament, but third place is good too. I mean, I can't be mad about that. You know, it always feels good to get a podium. So, but he made it work, and
Fair enough.
didn't hurt me that bad.
Is there anything you would have changed about your strategy towards the end of the race there?
Oh, most definitely. I shot myself in the foot by taking tires on lap 20 because I did not. I mean, I should have done a tire test for this race. I didn't really know what the fall off was going to look like. So I didn't know what the track temp would have been and during the race and all the factors that go into that. I probably wouldn't have taken tires there. I would have saved a set for late. But at the end of the day, I still came home third, and I'm still really happy about that. So if I could change something, it just would have been either taking rights earlier on or just not taking any at all.
Fair enough. Matt, you got any questions for him?
Yeah, absolutely. Once again, we see you continuing to grow here in this league, into getting more acclimated with these guys you're racing around. When you kick a season off, how much time does it really take for you to gain confidence in a driver with your other competitors out there on the racetrack? Because I feel like tonight, this is one of the best performances, not only for yourself, but everyone out there collectively as a league on the racetrack. And I just want to see what your thoughts and what your opinions are on it.
That's a good question. I think around this time during a new league, I think is when people start getting accustomed to one another. I mean, you could definitely see it out there tonight. We're
Yes, sir.
understanding each other, and I think those of us that have real pace can show it because we're not getting beaten, or we're not beating and banging with people that are driving overly aggressive to compensate for what would be a lack of talent for better for better or worse words.
Yep.
I hate to be blunt about it, but
No, sometimes
this
you got to
past
be
couple of
blunt. It's
races,
okay. Go for it.
yeah, past couple of races, I would run up top 10 and then I get taken out by some crap. It happens. That's racing. But whenever people start getting familiar with each other, we start understanding each other's tendencies and developing that respect for each other. It produces it allows the racing to produce a great product for the broadcast, and it's always fun to be in that environment. And yeah.
Bailey, I couldn't have answered that any better myself, and you're 100% right. I agree with you. We're starting really to see that, come into fruition now as these relationships mature between you guys, and you're understanding the dynamics of the other drivers, the personalities, and how to just coexist with each other to put on a great show or product, as you said. And I could not agree with you more. Before we cut you loose, man, who do you want to thank? Who helps you get it done on the 16? The floor is yours.
Well, I guess the first, I'll give a crazy shout. I'll give a shout out to my bucket because I don't know if you guys know this or not. My nickname is the Blazing Bucket, or you can call me Bucket Boy.
I
The
did not
backstory
know
behind
that.
is I actually sit on a baseball bucket while I'm racing because I broke all my dining room chairs and I needed something stable. So I've been racing on a bucket for the past couple months. But that's the first shout out. The second one, I want to give a shout out to all my friends that were watching. So I'm assuming Zach, Charles, and Paul. If Paul's watching, FYP. But if not, you know, I think that's about it. You know, and thank everybody tonight who was racing clean. So.
Well, there he is, ladies and gentlemen, the driver they call Buckethead. Bailey, or Bucket Boy, excuse me.
But Buckethead works too.
Buckethead works too.
Bucket plus whatever, I'll take it.
The bucket equals success here at Bristol as he's going to survive, be alive, get himself his first podium of the season, and survive ultimately a wild, high-octane thriller here in prime time. Congratulations on the strong showing. Hopefully all your friends and colleagues had a great time watching you on the broadcast tonight. Have a great rest of your week, and I hope we speak with you again really soon.
Thank you, Matt.
Always a pleasure to speak with Bailey, and I love the way he answered that question. I mean, I really couldn't have said that better myself. And Dakota, before we cut this show, off and make it official, I really think tonight was the best product we have seen all season long. And the fact that it happened here at Bristol, I didn't think we were going to see that, to be honest with you. I still thought these guys had a couple more weeks to go. We've seen signs of it. We've seen green flag or phenomenal green flag racing at times, but tonight, really, they put it all together. There was some close quarters racing. Look at the end result here tonight, just what Tanner Marr was able to do. All the storylines with DJ, with Alan Dobbs, and this was a thriller every single way you look at it.
Yeah, there was definitely a lot of surprises throughout the race. Alan Dobbs getting tires and dropping to the back of the field, working his way back towards the front, and then getting involved in the accident there and getting taken out. DJ on the last few laps there getting taken out. Mr. Marr being able to get the win there. And just overall, it was a pretty good race. We had a couple of people self-spinning, the main cause of precautions, but otherwise it was really good side-by-side action for the most part.
Absolutely, brother. Again, want to thank all of you for joining us here on Redline Racing Network. Make sure you smash the like button, ring the bell so you come home to all the high-flying, high-octane racing action, and you'll get notified each and every time Thursday Night Thunder brings the lightning here to prime time. Want to thank my buddy and my partner, Dr. Tunamal, for everything he does for us up here in the broadcast booth. Also want to shout out the late, great Tony Trapasso. I miss you, buddy. And as he used to say, as you walk down the road of life this week, do us all a favor, don't play in traffic, and we'll see you next time right here on Redline Racing Network. Stick around, we're going to rewatch the final laps of this race, because it was such a thriller, and I know there's probably a lot of different things that I missed while I was calling this race that I want to see back, so enjoy the end of this race as we close things out. We'll see you next time, folks. Have a great evening.
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit, I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit, I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit, I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement.
Everything I do so instinctive and so passionate. Every word I move so descriptive like an adjective. I got a vendetta against people who patented being negative when you should be getting after it. I got facts over tracks, this and that, spitting slow, spitting fast. I could roast, I could gas, think I'm okay at last, but I don't know if that can erase all the past and the pettiness. A reflection of the emptiness, hilarious. You think you're worth my time, you're delirious, mysterious, because you hide behind a fake exterior, inferior. You know I'll always be a bit superior. Get off of me, this ain't no humble brag. I want you to hear words, you can say them back. I want you to feel free from the chains at last, and to believe in what you got, it was built to last, yeah.
Now that I've been put through hell, I never got anyone's help. I had to do it all myself.
so remarkable. Thoughts in my head, a collage and they spread. I'll be great one day, going off of my meds. No, I'm not giving up, no, I'm not giving in. I will make it to the top, taking off in the wind. I gotta make it, I'm saving every day to taste it. I'm patient, but my mind, it can hardly take it. I'm chasing a dream that I've had for several ages. A vacant, modern kingdom for the taking.
Now that I've been put through hell, I never got anyone's help. I had to do it all myself.
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement.
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up.
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. Everything I do so instinctive and so passionate. Every word I move so descriptive like an adjective. I got a vendetta against people who patented being negative when you should be getting after it. I got facts over tracks, this and that, spitting slow, spitting fast. I could roast, I could gas, think I'm okay at last, but I don't know if that can erase all the past and the pettiness. A reflection of the emptiness, hilarious. You think you're worth my time, you're delirious, mysterious, because you hide behind a fake exterior, inferior. You know I'll always be a bit superior. Get off of me, this ain't no humble brag. I want you to hear words, you can say them back. I want you to feel free from the chains at last, and to believe in what you got, it was built to last, yeah.
Now that I've been put through hell, I never got anyone's help. I had to do it all myself.
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. Gonna learn the consequence of being incompetent. Mental health is confidence, dreams into modestness. I'm not here to save the day, that's for you to take away. I could play a million mind games, but instead I say something not illogical, something that is topical. Rub it on and watch it go, make yourself unstoppable. Dreams are irresponsible, but they're always possible. If you just believe, you could be so remarkable. Thoughts in my head, a collage and they spread. I'll be great one day, going off of my meds. No, I'm not